Hi, Maddie. Can you hear me okay? Hi, Terry. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. Thank you for letting me know. So I'm going to be making some masterboards for the Train to the West series. And I thought I would just do a live craft with me, and then I could answer any questions you guys might have and tell you about Sunday at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock Eastern Time. I'm doing a collab with Angela, the traveling crafter, and Carrie, the paper monkey, and we're making mini journals out of playing cards. So if you guys don't have anything going on and want to stop by and watch that, I think it's going to be really fun. I'm excited to do that. It's my first time doing a live with more than just me, so that ought to be interesting. Everybody have a good Friday. Thanks, Terry. I think it'll be fun. I've done a prototype, but I'm going to wait to share it until the day of, and then we'll make one together. We're each doing a different type of binding for the journals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the first thing I like to do when I'm doing a masterboard is divide. First of all, I like to make them on 12 by 12 paper. And that way I can cut them into tags and pockets, that sort of thing. And then just add focal points to embellish them. Oh, wow, Terry, thank you. I don't feel that way. I must just wing it better than I think I do. I don't know. So I divide my masterboards into 4 quadrants equal. And that way I can be sure to not have any papers going the same direction. All right, I think I'll just do one at a time. I don't know how many I'll do on the live, because these for some reason take me longer than they probably should, but I probably overthink it a little bit when I'm making them. Do you guys do that when you're making your masterboards? Because I know they say it's best to just not even think about it and just do it. So I like to use a variety of papers. I want these to be pretty neutral backgrounds. So I'm going to start cutting my papers. I'll cut these into squares and rectangles to glue down. You tend to overthink everything. I think I do too sometimes. I'm planning a journal series in January, and I'm like working on some of the digital and sourcing materials, but it's going to be a Nancy Drew theme. So if anyone would like to make that along with me, definitely pull out your old Nancy Drew books. I'm using ones from the 60s and 70s for mine, because I didn't realize, but they go back to like the 30s. You can get original first edition Nancy Drews from the 30s, and they're pretty. I like the ones from the 60s and 70s. I like the images really well. But I'm excited about that. I'm working on that. And then I've been planning out next year's themes. So I've been writing down. I've got February is going to be a 1920s theme. Yeah, I agree, Terry. Hi, Khadijah. How's everybody doing? I'm just making masterboards. I'm making some kind of neutral masterboards to make tags and pockets and stuff like that for the Train to the West series. Right now, I'm just cutting up my papers that I'm going to use on them. I was just telling everybody about the collab and live that I'm doing with Carrie the Paper Monkey and Angela the Traveling Crafter Sunday at 12 Central Time. If you're not busy, you'll have to join. We're going to be making mini journals out of playing cards. And not just playing cards, like you can use kids' flashcards, stuff like that. And we're all doing it a different way. So I think it'll be fun. What kind of crafty projects do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anything on your to-do list of things you're wanting to get accomplished? Okay, so I've got some vintage ledger here I'm going to cut up. I was telling earlier some of my themes. So I've got Nancy Drew planned for January next year, and then I have 1920s for February. In June, I've got an Americana planned, so by the time they're done, they'll be perfect for like July and 4th of July, all of that. I've got a Botanical series planned. I haven't decided what month I want to do that. I definitely want to do it in the spring. I'm going to probably be doing my Mary Englebright journals that are not Christmas related in the spring. But I'm working on that list to decide what themes I want to do. If anybody has any journals or like themes they'd like to see me work on, throw them in the comments there, and I'm definitely open to suggestions. I know Journal Joanne, she mentioned she'd like to see me do a Heidi journal. I recently picked up a Heidi book, and so I'll probably throw that in there too. Oh, yeah, it'll be cool. I've got so much stuff already for a Botanical journal series, because that's one of the, I guess we all have kind of like how we lean with our journals. I like making Botanical journals, so I have quite a bit of stuff for that. But I wanted to mention about the Nancy Drew. So if you didn't have any Nancy Drew books, you could be looking for them. The one, I'm actually going to be doing a collab with me and Bex of Black Whisper Crafts are going to do a collab for January on the Nancy Drew series. She's going to do a grungy version and I'm going to do more of a vintage version. So I'm excited about working with her. Khadijah, do you mean like just in general? Like what kind of journals am I most excited to make? Right now, I'm super excited about the Nancy Drew because I was all about reading Nancy Drew growing up, and um, the digital I'm working on is coming out so neat. I just love it. I think it's going to be an epic series. I like anything too that's like cute and like the granny chic stuff like that. I like those kind of journals too, like with the embroidery and stuff. I really like that kind of stuff too. Yeah, I'm excited. I may actually read because I've got a huge lot of some Nancy Drews coming, and I'm gonna probably read them too. It's been a while since I've read the whole series. Okay, if I need more, I'll cut that up. I'm sure I will by the time I get through making all of these, but I'm not gonna spend too much time cutting that up. Well then. I'm trying to think of like really book series from my childhood that I think would be really neat to do a journal series on. Like I thought the Nancy Drew was really cool because I think a lot of people have read Nancy Drew. And if you wanted to make one for a guy, you could do the Hardy Boys. Oh yeah, Bopsy. Uh-huh. All right. Let's see here. I have a signature, so I've got a signature sewn into one of the train journals, and I'll share that with you guys here in a minute. I'm gonna work on getting the rest of the signature sewn in, and I'm gonna do a video on welding pages together for the one that's the hardback because several of the pages in there will need to be welded together. And I have actually never done that, so it'll be a learning experience for me too. But I have several journals from other creators that have done it, and I've pulled those to look to see how they do it. So I'm pretty confident that it should not be an issue. All right, let's see. These pages. Do I want to put this one in there or not? I don't know yet. I haven't decided on that one. Let's take a look at some of the pages I've pulled for this. that going to be okay? I think that'll look all right. I'll do this one too. So did you guys get a chance to check out my Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day? I started a new series on there where I'm going to be showcasing thrifting with online sellers. And the first one I did was with Angela the Traveling Crafter. And so each week I'm definitely doing them all this month, but I actually have enough things coming from different sellers to probably do a 6 to 8 week series on all the different sellers that I have found to purchase from on live sales on YouTube. But I will open up my packages I've purchased and get from them, and then talk about how to do their sales and link them in case you want to check out one of their live sales. But I'm excited about that because I really appreciate everyone that does those live sales, because it definitely makes it nice when like in my area, I don't see a whole lot of vintage patterns. And recently, Carrie the Paper Monkey and the Traveling Crafter did a live sale where they were doing vintage patterns, and I was able to purchase some. So that I really appreciate that, you know, people from different parts of the country are able to source different items, and it makes it really nice to be able to have access to some of the items that maybe otherwise we wouldn't even be able to find in our area. Khadijah, I got my package from you yesterday. I agree, Khadijah. I think this community is awesome, and it's so important that we support each other and help each other grow our channels and all of that. I definitely set aside time every day to go out and watch people I'm subscribed to, leave comments, like their videos, things like that. Like I make it a mission to do that. I find doing Masterboards so relaxing. It's just a fun way to, if I feel like too, like if you're not feeling creative, it's a fun thing to do that doesn't take a whole lot of thought and has big results. I really enjoy making them. One bigger. Oh my gosh, did you say refrigerator size box? That's funny. Oh, that is hilarious. Believe it or not, I'm trying to be really intentional about what I'm buying, because, you know, it's easy to get so excited about items and be like, oh, I want that for my stash. But like, I'm trying to be really intentional because especially now that with my channel, I'm doing series, like I'm trying to plan ahead and purchase things that are going to fit into those different themes. But it's hard sometimes not to, like, when you see really cute stuff, not to just go ahead and be like, oh, I'm going to get that and put that back for something. And because I don't know, the stuff is too fun. Too fun. All right. I'm going to grab some rag paper to put on this master board. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I could get behind a Sherlock Holmes series. That sounds fun. Let me write that down. Yeah, if you guys think of any series you'd like to see me do, put them in the comments because I would love some ideas. All right, I think that should be enough for now. Let me set that off to the side and get these cut up, and then I'm going to start gluing things down. How many of you have rag paper in your stash? Ooh, I can't wait for the Christmas kits, Maddie. I'm so excited. I'm curious if anyone does have rag paper. So the rag paper I have is all from France. And I have it, like this one I'm using now is from the 1700s. This book is. But, and it's my favorite type of rag paper. But I was just curious. I've never bought rag paper like in an American book. And I haven't really tried sourcing it either. I just wonder if anyone knew, like, and had any experience with that and what they thought of it, how far back usually you have to go to get it, things like that. Because I know in the French ones, if you do early 1800s, you'll get rag paper usually in those types of books. But in like our country, I didn't know how far back you had to go to get rag paper. No, it's not thin at all. It's super, so this book's from the 1700s and this paper is strong. Like you can see, it's not going to tear easily. And even when I'm trying to cut it with my trimmer, it does not cut easily. I just feel like it adds so much to a journal, and it's going to be in my kits that I'm putting out, which I only have 2 kits for the train series that I'm putting up on Ko-Fi here mid-month. But it definitely is fun to work with and to use as backgrounds for tags and different things like that. um, I have, like I said, I have several books of French rag paper. I just would like to start sourcing some American rag paper and that sort of thing. And I just need to research it. I get all my, so far I should say, I've gotten all my rag paper from Ink Paper Art when she does her live sales. Anyone though that has a YouTube channel and they do have some that's like from America, I would love for you guys to do a video and showcase it because I'd love to learn more about it. Oh yes, I do too. The Florentine paper is definitely beautiful. And I feel like if you want to have like kind of like that Florentine paper on a budget, vintage wrapping paper, especially like if it's 1960s or older, gives you that feel and more of a I don't know, vintage versus but it look and vibe. So I think that the Florentine paper is gorgeous, but I find I hoard it because it's so special. And instead of using it, I'm trying to get better about that. I'm trying to like use my things and not hoard them. I'm proud of myself on this journal series. I'm using in the, I'll show you real quick, in this particular journal, the one where I'm going to have to weld pages, I'm going to be using like original train certificates, stock certificates, things like that that I had purchased, and not hoard them or copy them. I'm going to actually use the originals in that book. Okay, so then I know everybody on here has made Masterboards, but I'll still talk through the process. I just put some glue down in one of the corners here. I've got this divided into fours. That way it doesn't get to going all one direction. It can be multi-directional, and I feel like that makes the Masterboard look a whole lot better that way. And I just start putting down pages. I hoard so much, and like I said, I've made it a mission. I am going to start using this stuff and not hoard it, because what was the point of getting it if I'm not going to use it? I'm also working, another reason I want to start using my things more is I want to get my stash down to where it's not as big. I really want to work on just like I said, when I'm getting ready to do a series, sourcing the materials and do it that way versus having all this random stuff in my stash. Which when you do one-off journals, like it makes sense to have all that, I think, because obviously you're going to need a lot of different types of things, but oh, I feel like I should have maybe cut up some more stuff. Let's see if I can make this work for now, though. All right, here's that. Maddie, how long does it take you to, on average, when you do those Christmas kits, how long does it take you to put all that together? Because I know it's a lot of work. Ooh, I know. I'll get one of these that has the numbers on it, maybe. That could be kind of cool. She's probably like, Tracie, I'm working. I'm trying to put these together. I don't have time to come over here and answer a question. All right. Yeah, one of the reasons I did my channel too is I thought it would help me stay more productive in making journals and like actually start to finish journals as well. And it has done that. So I'm happy about that. All right. Let me flip that. So now I just turn it 90 degrees and I'll start laying again more paper and we'll see like that way nothing goes the same direction. Oh my goodness, honestly I have no idea. I mean, if you add up the sourced hours, oh, I know. That's what I'm saying, Maddie. You curate like nobody I know, and I really appreciate it because I know it's a lot of work. I really appreciate what you do and all the work that you put into your cells, and everything that I've ever received from you is so amazing when I get it. It's packaged well. Right? Yeah, Maddie said if she added up the hours, she'd probably stop making them. Well, don't do that. We would be sad if you did that. Maddie, I tell you what, that little tutorial you gave me on how to go live has helped me so much. You don't know how much I appreciate that. What type of glue do you guys use when you do your masterboards? I'm using a Yoo-Hoo stick right now. That's my favorite because it's really permanent and I don't have to worry about anything coming up. But I need to order some more off Amazon so then I have this to use when I've used all that up. I know. I keep forgetting to do that. And I have to do that when I actually make the live. That's what happens. I make the live, but I forget to set the orientation then. It's too humid where you're at. I've heard that. So you like the Scotch brand. Okay. I've used that one too. I like it. Yeah, I've heard that. I've got to place a glue order. I'm going to stock up on my Fabri-Tac because in the wintertime, I don't like to order it and it sit outside until I get home. Oh, it's been warping your paper a little lately. Okay. Yeah. Oh, let me clean that a little bit better under there where I got a little bit of glue on there. Okay, I'm ready to turn another 90 degrees. And let's see here. What do I want to use next? I think we'll do this one. Oh, thanks, Maddie. Is anyone going live this weekend that has a channel that's on here? I'm curious if you are, and I don't know about it. I want to mark it on my calendar. Hey, I have a question. I bet Khadijah will know the answer to this because you do a lot of like mixed media and stuff like that. Have you ever made master boards using shiny paper? Because I've got some of these, some of the train books have shiny pages in them, and I'd like to use some of the images, but I want to knock back that shine. Could I use a matte medium and do that? Or would that, have you ever tried doing that? Yeah, the Yoo-Hoo, that's why I like this magic blue. It comes on blue so you can see where you've put your glue, and as it dries, it goes clear. And that also lets you know if you need to add more glue if it starts clearing. Like I want to add more glue on this corner before I put stuff down. Sorry, I hit the camera there. Okay, let me do another piece of ledger. Okay. I might try using the matte medium and see how that goes. Do a little experiment. Okay, I am ready for my last corner. I've got a little piece here I need to add. I'll put these under a, I have a butcher block that I put all this stuff under overnight, and then I'm going to do videos Monday, I think it is, where I cut these into tags and journal cards and pockets and things like that, and then decorate them. Khadijah, how is your Pippi Longstock journal coming? I watched you make yours, and then I ended up making mine, but I haven't finished it yet. I've just got the cover made. Kind of like the Splat the Cat. Carla, she's making one of those in her Halloween series, and I'm waiting for her next where she shows how she's going to see how she did her signature pages. Oh my gosh, I don't see how you guys think that. I don't feel like I'm that organized at all. That's so funny to me. Okay, what's the next one I want to use? Let's see, I've not used a piece of this in a while, so let's use a piece of this. Oh, that would almost take up that corner. That would be good. And then I could just find a couple little pieces to fill in. two little pieces, one there and one there that I need to fill in, and then one right here. So I think I will use this for that one edge. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me grab mine and show you how I did mine so far. I've got it right here close. Like I said, I don't have the signatures in yet, but mine book was not in as good a shape as yours. So I've got a few things I've got to fix on mine. So the P, I had to bring my fabric farther over because there had been tape on this edge, and when it took the color off the book. So I'm going to make a P out of felt and stitch it and stick it on here. So I'll trace one of these P's and then I'll make a P and stick it on there like that. That's my workaround for that. But I've started pulling papers for signatures here, but I'm happy with how this turned out so far. But I'm excited to see what you do, and I'm gonna follow along. Perfect. I'm so excited you're doing that series. Very excited. Here's the train. These are what I call monthlies. They're just like they're one signature journals, but I sewed the signature in, added a decorative lace border on the edge here of the spine, and added some crinkly bias tape. But you can see it's heavily train themed, so my embellishments are going to be more Victorian people traveling. So most of my focal points will be people traveling. Some of them will have a train theme, but most of it will be the Victorian people that I add in. And there are a lot of vintage pages in here. I've got some really fun embellishments planned. I'm excited to make all that. Isn't this a cool dial? And then these are the 1800 glass buttons. I love these buttons. I got them at, I have a thrift store in my town. This isn't the one that I go to a lot on my lunch hour. This is like one that has booths. It's the one that has the booth that has all the vintage and retro fabric. That's all she has in her booth. And then there's a booth when you first walk in that has only 1800 items. It is so neat. I do coffee dye my own paper. The paper that is in this journal, though, I had bought some from Sandra at Blossom and Inspire, and I used her coffee dyed paper in these journals. But yes, I do my own coffee dyeing as well. And I will do that before summer's out, which we're getting close here. But I like to, when I do my coffee dyeing, I do mostly where I do like the overlays, so they're like decorative lace in the background. Oh, I love your series name. Yippee Pippy. That is awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm so excited. When I saw your journal, I was just like, oh my gosh, I have to make one. I immediately went out to eBay and bought one. And like I said, the only one they had wasn't in the best of shape, but I have a workaround for it. But this is it. I'm happy with these. I think these will be cute. These are what I mostly sell at that craft show I do once a year, is this size here. And it's because I don't sell them for nearly as much. And honestly, at the craft show, I sell them even less than probably, like if you guys knew what I sold these for, you'd probably be like, that's crazy. But in my area, most people don't even understand what junk journaling is. So as much as anything, I'm just getting the word out and letting people experience what a junk journal is on a small scale. And then I've gotten a lot of commission journals that way, because then they'll be like, oh, will you make me a bigger one and have this be the theme, stuff like that. All right, let's get back to it. We'll fill in these little areas that need filled in before I forget where they're at. Over here. Okay. Oh, thanks, guys. I agree, Khadijah. And that's the other thing. I would tell anyone that's intimidated by junk journaling, don't be, because there are no rules. It's always so fun when it's done, regardless of what you've done. And it's such a fun hobby. I like it because it utilizes so many different skill sets. Like you sew, you do mixed media. And for, I think people that love books and things like that also enjoy junk journaling, because you get to experience your books in a different way. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for hopping on. I'm just making a masterboard for the Train to the West series. I'm actually going to be making a lot of masterboards, but I'm keeping the backgrounds really neutral. That way I can add some really cool focal points, and the backgrounds kind of just fade into the background. Okay, I think I will use a piece of music paper here. Yep. All right, I think this one is done. What do you guys think? Did it turn out okay? It's one of those things when you've been working on it, you kind of lose sight of what you're looking at here a little bit. But I am going to move on to my next one. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Oh my gosh. Carrie, that was awesome. I laughed so hard. Thank you for that laugh. That was awesome. If you guys haven't seen her short about the Halloween being on October 31st, it's pretty funny. Okay, let me get this one. Technically, I could eyeball this and not divide it in fours, but it just helps me to divide it in fours. So that way I can actually see, okay, I've got my 1/4 square pretty much filled up. It's time to turn it. Ooh. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me go grab my ink pad. I'll do that on this one. Good idea, Maddie. I'll try that. Okay. I promise I haven't gone far. I'm just right here. Okay. I've got my ink. That way we can see the difference that makes. Maddie, remember the Academia dark romance kit you put together for me a while back? I pulled some items from that for my Train to the West series because the colors worked for it, like some of the wallpaper, and there was some music pages in there that you had stenciled with roses that I pulled. That was so, they're going to be so pretty in that big journal. Oh, I shouldn't have probably put it that way. Let me try going a different direction with that. Mm-hmm. Sandra, I was asking earlier if anyone had anything they would like to see me do as a journal theme, to put it in the comments, because I'm working on next year's themes and looking for ideas. I also mentioned that I'm doing a Nancy Drew series in January with Bex, with Black Whisper Craft. She's going to do a grungy version, and I'm going to do a vintage version. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited to work with her. I feel like she does grungy really well. And I'm excited about that theme too. I've loved those books growing up reading them. Oh, I forgot to ink that one. Okay, let's hurry and pull that up. This is why I'm not good at inking, because I do the same thing when I'm making stuff. I forget to ink. Well, and I'm doing the ones from the 1960s and 70s, and I just love the images. Did you guys know there's a Nancy Drew board game from the 1950s? I think it's 1957 it came out, because I've been researching to get like ephemera and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, those games, if you ever come across one, grab it. It's pure gold. They are selling from anywhere between $75 for a rough shape copy, like game with missing stuff, to over $300 for one that's like in mint condition. Oh my goodness. So if you see one, grab it. And there's a lot of them for sale. But like I said, it's like, well, that's not going to be in the series because I'm not going to spend that. But yeah, I wish it wasn't that much. I wish somebody would put one on there that didn't know what they had and I could get a deal. Okay, I think I'll stick that there. Hi, Kat. Hi, Karen. Oh, I did it again. Oh my goodness, I'm struggle bussing it with the inking. Maddie gave me an idea of like inking the edges to see what that would look like. And I love the way it looks, but my goodness, I keep forgetting to do it. Save that piece. All right. Okay, go. I guess a workaround for not forgetting would be to ink all these edges first. Sandra, I did a flip through of where I'd sewn the signatures in to one of the train journals, and everybody was asking if I did my own coffee dyeing, and I used the coffee dyed paper I purchased from you in these journals. So if you guys want to get some coffee dyed paper, Sandra makes really beautiful paper. I love pre-recording videos. It makes it so nice if you end up having a hectic week. I try to do that on the weekends, get as many videos pre-recorded for the upcoming week as I can. I don't usually get all 5 days done, but that's the goal, is someday to get to where on the weekends I can get all 5 days. That way, if I have a hectic week at work, no big deal. It has helped me a lot getting the where I pre-schedule. Ooh. So what is it? I have some ideas. I'm making some rust colored fingers crossed when I get home. Ooh, for paper dyeing, that'll be neat. I do too. I love that. I think it's important that we support each other. We have such a nice community. You guys, I had a really surreal experience on Thursday. I went into Hobby Lobby to get some lace for the spines of the train journal, and I'm in there and I'm talking to the lady behind me because I'm in the register line checking out, and I'm talking to the lady behind me because she makes journals out of wood, and I forget what else leather and wood. She made journals out of leather and wood, and she does craft shows, and she said she'll sell 2,000 easily. Like, that's about how many they sell each show. So I was talking to her, and the person doing the checkout, they're like, "Do you have a YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Are you Nanner BaNanner?" And that was like the craziest experience of my life. I still can't believe that happened. Has that ever happened to you guys that have channels where you'll be out in public and all of a sudden somebody recognizes you or knows you? But for me, it wasn't necessarily how I look, because I've not really shared that too much. It was my voice, and it was a young boy, and he's like, "Your voice just is so relaxing." He goes, "I come home from work and I watch you," and like, he does art and stuff like that, and he says it's just so relaxing. So that just made my day. I don't like it like that. Ugh. I should have planned better. I'm not sure what I want to do there yet, so I think I'm going to leave it and flip it, and we'll come back to that. Maybe something will occur to me how I want to do that. Oh my gosh, I did it again. I forgot to ink. I cannot forget to ink. Oh, that's funny. The new girl at work that I've been training, her and her husband, she's in her early 30s. Her and her husband have started watching. I did it again. You guys, what is wrong with me? Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I forgot to ink that. they've started watching my channel, and she told me the same thing. She's like, your voice just is so relaxing in the evening. We sit together and watch your channel, and my husband can't believe people do this. She was saying how she took a quilt she had to Goodwill, and he's like, no one's going to want that. Why are you taking that to Goodwill? Because I guess it had like parts of it that was torn and fallen apart. And she goes, oh, you don't know. She goes, there's people that would love to have this to make other things. And this is before we had met. And I'm like, oh yeah, you can send all your quilts over here. I will be happy to utilize them, even if they are falling apart. All right, I got that. At least that's just not too bad. When I cut it off, I can ink around that edge. Hopefully that won't look too bad. Okay, let me ink this edge. I love the patina on this music paper, but it's definitely too fragile to do anything but make a masterboard or use it as backgrounds on things that you're gluing it onto. But I do like how the patina is. Okay, let's move that over before I make another mistake and have a big long strip I've got to figure out. Not gonna forget to ink it. I'm not gonna forget to ink it. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that, Sandra. That is so sweet. I know my grandkids, they watch me on YouTube. My son, I had babysat over there a while back and had the YouTube up on my account and forgot to log out of it. And so they've just left it up like that. So then my stuff pops up a lot for them. And the grandkids watch it. And Piper, she has a cell phone, so she'll text me and be like, I saw your video, Nanner. And then this weekend, when we had our cookout, Nova, she's like, when am I going to get to do a YouTube video with you, Nanner? I was like, well, we'll have to plan it. She's 7. She's decided she'd like to do something with sewing. So that ought to be interesting. Okay, let's see here. What have I not used? Ledger. I've not used any ledger on this one. Oh, I love that. That's cool. Oh, I can't put ledger next to ledger, though. Cannot put ledger next to ledger. That's a cool one. I think that one should go over here. Okay. I don't want to do that. Oh, better get a drink. You guys, that cookout. So I was driving the little ones around in the golf cart. And then, of course, Piper's like, I can drive, Nanner, let me drive you. So I was like, okay. And then Nova, she's like, well, I want to try driving. And she drove. And then Brody, he's 2. And he doesn't even touch the pedals. Sorry, guys. And at that point, he had to drive because the 2 other ones had drove. So I put him on my lap and I'm letting him drive. And I'm trying to bid at Maddie's cell. Not bid, but put in what I want from Maddie's cell. It was touch and go a couple times, I'll tell you that, because he was driving like a madman. But we got through it. And everybody survived. Sandra, please don't worry about it. That was on me because they offered me a cheaper way to ship that to you, but I wanted you to get it as soon as possible. That was my decision. I didn't have to ship it that way. So you do not owe me any shipping money. Okay, now I should be able to put that there, and that will look lovely, I think. Oh my gosh, I just did it again. Forgot to ink it. I can't wait till we do our index, not our index, our Rolodex trading thing. I'm so excited for that. I hope everybody likes what I made extra. Sandra, when do we do that? Actually do the, I know the date to have everything to use approaching, but when do we actually do the, like where we do that live that you do and we see what everybody made? I had so much fun making all that. I'm just going to put it there. I don't know what else to do in that spot. I know it's putting a piece of ledger next to a piece of ledger, and that's not ideal, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm not going to overthink it. Maybe inking it will help because it won't look so like the same paper next to each other. It'll have a little edge. Got to put something there. Just got to figure out what. Ooh, I know. I've got some of this. I can stick that there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so the 24th to be in the showcase video. Okay. Okay, perfect. So September the 28th. That's exciting. I need to put that on my calendar. Oh, I'm so sorry to be coughing like that, guys. we've put up our plexiglass shields at work because we're entering flu and COVID season. Our numbers are already up in our area. How about you guys? Are you guys starting to see people get COVID? Okay, there's that little bit right there. Ooh, look at my dirty fingers. Right, I think that's everything. And now we can turn the page. Okay, everybody's starting to wear a mask there. I wish they would do that here, but our area is really anti-mask, and until the level gets high, the hospital I work at does not require people wear masks until our numbers get really high. But they are starting to take precautions, so that's better than. And I can always choose to wear a mask. That's one nice thing. I can choose to wear a mask if I want to, and that helps. Oh, I bet since everybody went back to school, it's like a petri dish, isn't it? The joys of school days. Oh, no. I've got to ink it. Boy, if I get through this thing and remember to ink everything, oh my goodness, it'll be a miracle. I think if I do another one inked, I'm going to just ink all the pieces first. That way it takes the thinking out of it and they're already inked. Okay, I'm going to put that over there. Everybody just needs to quick lick at each other, Sandra said. That's funny, Sandra. Ooh, where's this at? I love this piece. I really love it. I love it. I love it. I want to put that one on there for sure. Let's get it inked up. Let's bring that down a little bit so I don't have to try and piece that. Okay. Oh, that's a pretty piece. Look at all the little music notes. I like that. I think right there. So I gotta decide, do I want it there? Do I want it like that? Do I want it like that? Oh, that's smart. I do that too. When I get home from work, the first thing I do is go put my clothes in the washing machine and put one of my sleep outfits on. Oh, that's so funny. No licking people. But Sandra, licking people's so much fun, especially when you're a teenager. That sounded really wrong. I'm going to stop while I'm ahead. Hi, Angela. Thanks for hopping on. Oh, I don't have a piece of this on here. I need to put a piece of this on here. Let's do that. All right, now I'm ready for a piece of ledger, I think, right there. I think that's what I need. So a piece of ledger. And let's just cut a piece off maybe here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Oh, wow. Hi, Allison. Thank you so much for watching the Raggedy Ann series. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate that. Yay, let me cut off the pieces and double check that I've not missed any areas. And then I want to see which one, the one that's been inked, we'll compare the inked one to the non-inked one, see what we think. Okay. What do we think? This one has been inked. This one has not. Let's see what that looks like on the screen here. Oh, thank you, Khadijah. All right. I think I'm going to try and switch up a little bit and do one that looks a little different. I'm going to cut out some of these schematics of these trains and do one that has some of these train schematics on it. Oh, Tracie. There we go. I know, in this cool paper. I'm excited to use this when I'm making some embellishments, but I thought it'd be cool to add it to some masterboards too. Let's do this first. Do the side that has the more schematics. Okay. How do I want to cut these? There. Has anybody been watching any good movies on any of the streaming services? I'll be honest, I haven't had much time to watch any TV, but I'm hoping to get to watch a good movie or something this weekend. Any suggestions? Rainmaker. I've not heard of that before. Can you give us a short what is it about without it being too much work? It's about a lawyer that just graduated law school and he got fired from a huge law firm. So his first day for going toe to toe with the head lawyer. Oh boy. All right, so I've got those cut. I want to cut some more modern cuts maybe for this one and not as much vintage. Would that be a good idea? Maybe. Let's try that. You guys, this book I pulled pages out of. Oh my gosh, I love this book. It's a Western book, so it's going to get used in this train series and then when I do the Western cowboy journals. But the images in here, they're black and white, but they're really neat. But I love this book. So cool. Do you like it too, Angela, the Rainmaker? I'm going to be up late tonight working. I got one of the new pecan cortadas from Starbucks on my way home to make sure I'd be really energized. And I can tell because whenever I drink one of those, I end up staying up like midnight easy, sometimes 2 in the morning. When I hop off the live, I will turn a movie on and keep working, or TV show. I'll check it out. The Pit. It's a real life, like ER show. I passed out seeing blood, real or not, so I'm out. Oh, goodness. I wonder if I should put some of these. Those are Western. No, that doesn't have anything to do with trains. I don't think so. Let me just do this. I know, Angela, I'm the same way. I would say 80% of when I'm watching, it's YouTube. Okay, I think I am ready to start another one. Ink first. Yes, Terry, that's what I need to do is ink first. That's not even. Oh well, it'll be fine. Don't overthink it. Okay, let's do those and ink them. Who's going to the beach? Oh, I want to tag along. Thanks for jumping on, Khadijah. Thanks for watching. Have a good evening. Oh, that's funny. Bye, Sandra. Thanks for stopping by. I don't mind commercials, Jennifer. That gives me time to go have a potty break if I need one, get a glass of water or tea. Hey, Maddie, can you share with us on your Christmas kit what you're most excited about being in your Christmas kit? Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you got the journal, Maddie. I have felt so horrible about that. You guys. So Maddie won the Sunbonnet Sue journal, and I always write out the addresses before I go to the post office. And then when you get to the post office, they'll be like, verify the address. And when I looked at it, keep in mind, it was kind of chaotic because I had several packages I was shipping all at once. It was super busy at the post office. And while I'm doing the postage, the lady doing it, the printer that prints out the labels went down. We lost a label and then she had to reprint it. And so then I look at the address because it pops up on a screen and it was the same. So I thought, but it wasn't. And it went to a different, so it was the right zip code, but it went to a different street. And oh, I'm so glad you got it. I was hoping your mail person knew you well enough that they would recognize it was for you. Yay! Have a good evening, Maddie. That's the first time that has happened to me where it had the right written address on it, but the label that was printed out did not have the right address on it. And I will definitely, that whole thing has taught me to check and check again. Don't assume. I'm so glad everybody's getting their packages. So Maddie gave me the idea of inking around these for my Masterboards. Here's one where I didn't ink, and here's one where I did. And I kept forgetting, though, to ink when I was doing that one. So I'm going to pre-ink all these. That way, whenever I grab a piece, it doesn't matter. It's already inked, and I don't have to worry about it. I love when you guys, everybody on here that has a channel does a live. It's like getting to talk to a friend because we get to talk in real time. I hope you feel the same way. And then you can like ask questions and get answers in real time. That's nice too. Ooh, I just thought of something that would make for a really cool masterboard. I need to pull out some of those Sears and Roebuck pages for this too. That would be an excellent idea. Yes, I agree. I'm going to do this one inked, and then probably the rest I'm going to do one that's not, because they are the background, so it's not like they really need to stand out too much. I do think, though, with these, since these are newer papers, it might help make them look a little older inking these edges. Carrie, were you on here when I was talking about I'm starting to source and curate stuff for the Nancy Drew series, and I found where there is a 1957 Nancy Drew board game. For the games that are in really poor shape and missing pieces, they sell for $75, and if they are in mint condition, they sell for over $300 on there. And I am like, oh my goodness. I hope someone puts one on there that doesn't know what they have, and I can snag it because they've got really cool cards with it that I would love. And then did you also know they have Nancy Drew trading cards from the 1960s and 70s? And again, those are selling for $20 each. I didn't know those existed. My digital's coming along. I can't wait to get that done. Me and Bex, we're going to collab on that in January and do, she's doing a grungy version and I'm doing a retro version. I don't know if any of you guys have ever watched Beck's channel, but if you haven't, you should check it out. She is so good at doing the distressed, grungy look on all kinds of themes. I've got one of her journals and I just love it. I've got one that's like a mushroom journal. All right, let's get these inked. I think that'll help make these look older. I think it'd be fun to do a collab with like maybe 10 different YouTubers and we all pick the same book and then we just make it the way we want. And then we could all do flip throughs and we'd all get to see how everybody's different styles and how all different journals look. I think that would be a fun collab to do with a bunch of you guys. We just need to pick a book. What would be a good book that we all would like? I like things from the 60s and 70s or older. Carrie, Angela, I've told everybody about our live that we're doing Sunday at 12 Central Time, and that we'll be using cards to make mini journals and how each one of us is doing a different binding method. So hopefully we get a lot of people. Luke, that's enough. No, Bubba. No, we don't bark. No. I know there's a kitty out there, but we're not barking at the kitty. It's okay. No. We don't bark at the cat. Come here. Do you want a treat? Do you need a treat? Will that help you not bark? Oh, I can't wait to see your mock-up. That's exciting. You should text me your mock-up. All right, guys, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get Luke a treat so he doesn't feel the need to bark at a cat that's outside our sliding glass doors. Okay. I am setting a dangerous precedent, aren't I? You're going to think all I have to do is bark when Mom's videoing, and I'm going to get a treat. Here you go. It's like that granola bar commercial when kids that say the darndest thing and give them a granola bar, so they're busy eating a granola bar instead of saying things. Oh, yay. I can't wait to see it. Carrie, what time is your live tomorrow? I want to put it down on my calendar. That way I don't miss it. Oh, that's what I just said. I just rewarded bad behavior. Absolutely right. Now wait and see. Every time I'm videoing, he's going to start barking, and I'm going to have treats sitting on my table to keep him from barking. And then he's going to get even chunkier than he already is. You know how they've got that song, Fat Bottom Girls? I've got a fat bottom dog. Okay, perfect. That's 9 a.m. for me. I will be there. He didn't used to be a fat bottom dog, but my dad's dog one time was here visiting, and he bit Luke in the mouth, and Luke couldn't eat hard dog food anymore, and he could only eat soft until his mouth healed, and that's when he gained weight. And I have not been able to get that weight off of him. That's been probably 2 years ago now, and it's like he is just a chunky monkey. Yes, I have seen the hype button, and I've been hitting the hype button. For All right, what else do I want to ink up for this board here? I've got those. These would be pretty too on here. They're the right color family. Let's get these over here and ink them. And then we'll do the music. And then what little ledger I have left. It's already cut. It does me too. I love it. And then you get to watch the number roll up, and then sometimes it'll be like they're on the leaderboard. I haven't been able to find the leaderboard though. That's the only thing. So like I can hit the hype button, but I don't know how to look on the leaderboard to see who's on the leaderboard. Yes, I know. I wish we could use it more than 3 times a week. Okay, I'll try that next time. How many of you guys are excited about Maddie's Christmas kit she's working on? I know I am. I think I've bought all of her kits that she's put out except for one, and that's because I missed it. She had limited quantities. I know I have never been disappointed in one of her kits, just the opposite, and her kits are such a value the way she has them priced, and that's like the fall big kit. Last year I bought that and I made 7 journals. I mean complete journals, everything I needed, and I got 7 journals except for like signature pages, but she includes that kind of stuff as well. But I bought this year's. I haven't opened it yet. I keep wanting to make some fall journals, but I know next month my theme's going to be Christmas Palooza, and that's because I've got to get ready for my craft show I'm doing, and Christmas journals are what I sell the most of, those little monthly journals. People use them for December dailies, and I sell a lot of little golden book journals too. So next month will be a lot of Christmas ephemera is what my channel will have on it. And then I'll be doing lots of one-off journals for that sell. And I'll do flip throughs of those journals. But the majority of the videos will be me making Christmas ephemera embellishments and flip throughs. And there won't be a kit that month either, just because I'm getting ready for that craft show. If anybody's interested, I still have 2 Sunbonnet Sue journals available on my Ko-Fi if you want to go check those out. And I have 3 kits still available. Yes, she does. Bex makes such good Halloween stuff. I'm amazed at how good she does, like with the, so she does like a lot of using Tim Holtz inks and stamps and stencils and grunging things up. Like, she is a master at grunge, I feel like. I mean, you guys see I forget to ink edges, so I'm definitely not a master at grunge. So I love watching her channel and watching her videos. And then I'll try and make a piece of embellishment or ephemera, but in like a theme of what I'm doing. And okay, what do I have left that I want to ink? I've got a few pieces of ledger left, not much. So I could get these inked, and then I could do some of my rag paper, but not all of it, I don't think. How many of you guys make Masterboards and then copy them? I've never done that. I always have made Masterboards and just used the Masterboard. I like doing this 12 by 12 size, so I don't think I'd ever be able to scan these because they're too big for my scanner. I haven't either. I've never copied a masterboard either, Terry. I've always just used the masterboard I make, but I know some people do that and scan them, and then that way they just print them out on cardstock. And because you can see this takes a minute to make masterboards. I think I'm going to be making 8 total tonight, so I've got my work cut out for me. But I think it makes, especially when you're doing like vintage journals with like Victorian era, I just think it gives it such a cool look. All right, I'll just set those over in the pile. Don't worry about inking those just yet. Hi, Mandy. I think so too. It just adds so much texture. I've been wanting to make a fabric masterboard. I've never done that before. Has anyone made a fabric masterboard and cut it up and used it? And how was that different for you, making it out of fabric versus making it out of paper? I just wonder how hard it would be to, like, once you did a fabric one, to cut it up, and or if it wouldn't make a difference cutting it up. Okay. Ooh, lace ones. I bet those are cool. I'll have to search that. That would look good in this journal, actually. Discard trimmer. I've never heard of one of those before. I'll have to look that up too. Bye, Carrie. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, your Fiskars trimmer, and it cuts just fine. All right, great. Good to know. See you in the morning, Carrie. All right, there's that. Just have a few of these. I might as well ink them, and then I just have my pile of rag paper to ink, and everything I have out will be inked, and I can start doing another masterboard. So Angela, would you be up if I try to plan a collaboration with several YouTubers where we all do the same book, but we all make a journal, and we don't share as we're doing it what the journal how it's coming out or what it looks like, and then we each do a flip through as a collab. Would you be up for that? And if so, I think I'll ask a few other people and see if they want to do it too. We just need to decide on a book. I guess we could have everybody like write down their top 3 books that they're wanting to make a journal out of, and then see what the common denominator is. See who has, like, see which book is showing up the most. I bet Khadijah would do that with us too, and Carrie. I bet Stacy at Junkie Cat Junction would do it. All right, those are inked. Now let me get the rag paper. And I will be done inking, and I can make some more masterboards. Let me get a drink. Ange, how do you, when you do your traveling, how do you know what to take with you so you can still junk journal and do videos and stuff like that? Or do you just try to have a mixture of things? Oh, I figured the thrifting on the road would be amazing. So do you have better thrifting when you're home than you do on the road? Luke, we're not barking. I'm not getting you another you know what. Yeah. You'll be like, we can't go there. They don't have good thrift stores. I'm sorry. Ah, I see. Gotcha. I'm lucky in the town I live in. I have one thrift store that has booths that, well, I've got several like that, but one of the ones that has booths really has some booths that I love. One does nothing but vintage and retro antique fabrics. I love going there when I'm wanting to find a really special fabric. And then when I first walk in, there's a booth that does just 1,800 items only. And then I don't know if you've heard of Exit 76, but we have the Exit 76 mall, that the antique mall. It has anything and everything you would want. Now you're going to pay a big price for it, in my opinion, but at least if you were needing something, they're going to have it. But then I have a thrift store called Sans Souci that is there to, it's kind of like a Goodwill, but the prices are much, it's a not-for-profit, so the prices are much cheaper. And it's ran by a community organization to just help. So like things they do, let's say you have a fire and lose everything. You can go there and they'll let you basically get all you need to set up house again for free. You just go in, you talk to them, let them know what's happened, and they do that. Then like for people that are down on their luck, they do similar things. They give them vouchers and they get to come in there. And like, for instance, our shelter here in town for women that are abused by their husbands or boyfriends, and they do things like that for them as well. It's really a neat organization. And the money they make use at the thrift store, they use to put into programs to help people in our community, as well as the items in the thrift store they allow people to utilize to get set up again in life. I'm thinking you would have to sew it. I know Jen's junk journals, she did one recently. She did some beautiful, beautiful fall journals. And she did one. And I was going to do one for the Sunbonnet Sue series, but I just ran out of time. There wasn't enough hours in the day to do all the embellishments I wanted to do. Okay. It is, Stacy. It's an awesome outreach. Stacy, I've been wanting to ask you something. So you live in Indiana like I do. Do you remember when you were younger, like a kid, do you remember Don's Guns and how the commercials would be? I don't want to make any money, folks. I just love to sell guns. So I'm like, I don't want to make any money, folks. I just love to make journals. I think of that commercial all the time. Oh my goodness. Are you doing like an American Girl journal? Or what is Kit Kristen? I don't know who that is. You don't remember that? Oh my gosh, that commercial would play all like every time back when there was regular TV and not streaming. When it would go to commercial, that commercial would play at least once. It was ridiculous how often it played. I'm gonna have to look her up. What's like some titles of her books? Oh, Granny Chic. I'm gonna check her out. That is so cool. Let me write that in my book because I will not remember that. And the chat will be gone and it'll be lost gem of information. You write it down. Write it down, write it down. Okay, here we go. What is the name? Okay, I'll check out that. Let's see. Yes, Angela, you are the queen of enabling. Those patterns were awesome, though. I am so grateful you did that sale because I can't get those in my area ever. Okay, here we go. Oh, Stacy, the live sales are so much fun. I'm doing a series right now on my channel where, you know how I do Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day, the best day of the week? Now I'm doing an online edition. So for the next couple months on Nanner's Thursday Thrift Day, instead of showing what I'm getting at my local thrift stores, I'm going to show what I'm finding at online sales and showcase a new online seller each week. Right now I've got packages here and still coming to do about 8 weeks of that. So I'm excited for that. Yes, the first one was Angela, the traveling crafter. You are correct. I like doing online sales because you get to see things that you don't have in your area. And I know how much work those ladies put into finding those items for us, and I definitely so appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, I like to go in person too, but like today's the perfect example. I went to Sans Souci, the one I love going to, my favorite one, and they just didn't have anything today, and that happens sometimes. Yes, family comes first though. I tell you what, my Ollie's is 30 some minutes away, and I've gone twice now trying to find things that I see everybody finding, and I'm not finding anything. It's been so disappointing. Okay, so I've done this one, I've done this one, this one, this one, this one. I haven't done rag paper yet. Let's do some rag paper. All right. And we'll do some of this music here. I think it'd be cool to do a masterboard like when I do my Barbie series. I've got some really cool 1960s wrapping paper and like those pretty bold colors. I think that'd be cool to do that. When I get ready to do that, I'll have to do a masterboard using that wrapping paper. Okay, I need to find something beyond what I'm using right now because I've got a spot right there. I've got to figure out how to... I'll come back to it. I'm not going to overthink it. Oh, cool. Ooh, Terry. You know, next month's my Christmas Palooza month because I've got to get a bunch of Christmas journals made for my craft show I'm doing. And I'll have to try making some masterboards using Christmas wrapping paper. So it helps me to just focus on this quadrant. That way I don't... I know I've got what I have here as for as pieces, and then I can use them accordingly and know, okay, I've got one of each in each quadrant and not repeat too much. Plus, I don't have things going all the same direction. It just helps me make my masterboard look better, I guess, is the short answer for why I do it. That way. Oh, thank you. I like making masterboards. It's such a relaxing thing to do, and it's kind of mindless, which is nice, especially after a Friday, long Friday of working. I am glad it's the weekend, and I've got a long weekend of getting to play with my craft supplies. And I'd like to put another one of these. Ooh, look at that one. That's so good. I love that one. And then I could put a little piece of ledger up there. That'd be perfect. Yeah, this is cool. This one might be long enough, big enough. Yep, it's close enough. We're going to go for it. Perfect. And then I just, once I fill a quadrant up, I flip it 90 degrees. I can't wait to see it either. I don't want to do that. May not have been my smartest move to put that smack dab down in the middle. Oh, I see what you said. You said Tracie's mock-up is amazing. Thank you. I was so excited when you invited me to be part of that I couldn't sleep, and I did that in the middle of the night. Okay, we'll do that right there. Yep. So if I cut it right here, where am I cutting it at? Right there below the 25. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I know exactly where that's at. So did you go to the Kentucky Crafter, Sandra's craft thing that she posted where she did a meetup? Did you go to that? Bye, Angie. I live in Columbus, Indiana. So maybe, how far is that from Jeffersonville? Maybe a little over an hour. That's cool. Look at that one. I'll just put that right there because that is so neat looking. Let's do this piece of ledger. Look at that cool piece of ledger. Let me cut these, and with the little scraps, I can fill them in my little areas that need filled in. Yes, we need to do a meetup. That would be fun, and we could do some thrifting, whether I come up there and go to your favorite thrift stores or you come down here. little bussin'. Here we go. Now, all those little bits I can use to fill in the few places I need filled in. Let's see, here's one that needs filled in. Ooh, that's pretty. Look at that. That's perfect for that spot. Love that. I have a little bit there and there. I like this for this piece. Let's see here. Let me cut that. Oh, hi. How's everybody doing? Hi, Cynthia. All right, there's that. Where else? I thought there was one other place I had. Let's take our time and look really closely. I think maybe I got them all. Awesome. So this one is done now. How exciting. I love that one actually. So I really love this one with the little train schematics. So the other two are more just neutrals, but this one's really cool. I like those train schematics in there. It gives it a totally different look. And then here's a neutral, but it has been inked. And there's one that hasn't. All right. Okay, there's that. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else? Oh, yes. I remember now. I wanted to get the Sears and Roebuck pages I have out and use some of those on a masterboard. I think that will look really nice. Okay. I kind of need to get more ledger paper too. I'm almost out. But let's see what we can. I want to try and use up those pieces I've got before I cut a bunch more. I hate to waste my ledger if I don't have to. Sorry about that, guys. I was drinking the last little bit of my coffee. Has anyone tried the pecan cortada from Starbucks? It is so good. I love the oat milk and brown sugar cortadas when they had those, but now this is my new favorite, the pecan oat milk cortada. Okay, let me get these out. I'm gonna pick a couple pages and just pull them out random and then use them. All right, let's see here. See, I feel like these could get used in my Nancy Drew series, so I don't really want to use those. Same with the clocks. No, I'm gonna hold off on using those pages. Now those would be cool, but those are going to be my focal points, so I hate to use those. Let's see. Those are cool. Okay. Kind of like that. That looks neat. Use that one. Mr. Fancy Vest. Thought I was going to say Mr. Fancy Pants. Oh no, Stacy. I was blessed with these. Maddie and I think you gave me some, right? Was it you or was it Junk Journal Joanne? I'll have to look back in my book here. I list everything you guys send me. That way I know who to thank. Okay. This is a cool one. Let's do this one. It's a lot of text. It's got a little bit of an industrial piece of equipment there. Ooh, the back though. Look at that. I like the back. Okay, those are going to be the two I cut up right now and utilize. Cut some up too and put in there. Let's see. And these could have some color to them. All right. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm going to cut these up and put them in there too. Those would look neat. Oh, you know what? I just realized I have you guys really far down. I can lift this up. Maybe. Make sure I do it right. No wonder you guys haven't had much to see. My desk is a mess, so the higher up I put this. Let's see how high we go. All right, maybe you'll see better this way. Here, I didn't realize I had this so close to the table till just now. Okay, yeah, might make a difference if you guys could see a little bit more of my workspace. There we go. But like I said, my workspace is a mess right now from where I'm making these master boards. So these are pages out of the hardback train magazine, not magazine, a hardback train book that I'm turning into a journal. These are, let's see what it says. It's homemade currency, it says. Papering the plains with homemade currency. So it says in the late 1850s, the legislators in Kansas and Nebraska tried to bolster the region's economy by tampering with the money supply. So they created this money, and if you lived in those states, it was accepted for currency. But I'm sure at some point the currency lost its value, or we'd still have it. Yeah, these books have been really cool to read. How cool would it be to find some of this vintage money? That would be neat, wouldn't it? Like, this is just copies in a book. But imagine if you found the real thing. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was on her channel. She talked about it. I don't know who all was able to go. It was the weekend that I call my crunch weekend, getting ready for my wrap party that I do once a month. And so I wasn't able to attend because of that. But I'm hoping that as time goes on and I get more proficient at, like, I'm already doing better. I've learned how to pre-video and schedule my videos, so that is huge. But I'm hoping as time goes on and I get better at that, like this coming month is the first month I've already got every single video I'm going to film wrote down, planned out what I need and all of that. So the planning, knowing what I'm going to make is already done. That's part of what takes so long. So I'm excited that that part's done, and we'll see how that affects the month and how smoothly it goes. And luckily I have a job, my day job that pays my bills. I have opportunity and downtime to do research and things like that. So that's nice. I do too. I feel like I need a masterboard with some color on it. Now then, I want to look where the monies are and make sure that I'm not cutting. Like that one's really cool and this one's really cool. So I want to make sure I'm not cutting those off. I want to. So this is called the corn exchange bank. So I'm assuming you brought in your corn and they gave you this kind of money for reimbursement for, like, if you however many bushels of corn you had. Okay, that's what I have left. We will leave those large like that. And then I've got these little pieces. Perfection. Now let me cut this up. Oh, these are different sizes. Interesting. This one must have been from Maddie and one from someone else. Oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, I will. Do you have a channel, Crafting Whimsy? And if not, I have an email. Just shoot me an email on my profile on my YouTube page. You can email me and we can exchange phone numbers so we can text and plan a meetup. Oh, awesome. I'm going to go check out your page and see if I'm already subscribed or not. I bet I'm, well, I can't right now. I'm on a live. What am I thinking? Oh my goodness. I could go get my other phone and check it out. All right. Yes, this is my favorite one because it's so permanent. I don't have to worry about it coming undone. I've used this glue stick and it's really good, but this one I feel is better. And then I've used the Scotch brand and it's good, but like using the school glue, that does not hold permanently. Like if you're not going to sew around, it's fine if you're putting something down and then sewing around it. I would use the cheap El Cheapo glue for that. But if you're wanting something to hold and last forever, I recommend Yoo-Hoo over any other glue. But some ladies earlier brought up that they're in high humidity areas and the glue doesn't work well for them because it gets too wet and it causes their pages to warp. It doesn't do that for me, so I could see where that would be an issue if you lived in an area where it did that. Okay, now I'm going to ink these up real quick, and then I'm going to make another masterboard. I can't believe I had that so low to my workspace this whole time. My goodness. I had it low like that to see when I went live, like when I pushed the button so I could actually see the phone. But I forgot to move it up. That could not have been too fun to watch earlier, but oh well. Bye, Stacy. Isn't that going to make a cute part of the page? That is so cool. Oh, really? Good. Well, that's good to know. Should I lower it back down, or is this okay? Because it's easy enough to lower down. Let me know if you would like me to lower it back down. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I want to write down your name. That way I can go to your channel after my live and subscribe if I'm not already, and I may already be. Crafting Whimsy. Is that the name of your channel? Is Crafting Whimsy? Oh, there's another cool one with letters on it. I like those. I'll link it in case I need a little bit for something, but I'm not crazy about this one. I wish I would have asked Kat, how do you know, like, what's going to be in a cell before the cell starts? Like she was saying, she had set an alarm to bid on some Sears and Roebuck catalogs. Because that would be neat to be able to do that. I think it'd be cool too if like online sellers did silent auctions where like some really sought after items they could somehow put up and people could offer up bids that no one knows, and then whoever ends up like with the highest bid would, I mean, it's kind of like bidding in real life, but I think that would be neat. can't remember. Was I asking a question? I can't remember. I'm so engrossed in making these master boards. I've been rattling on, but I can't remember what I was saying now. What was I talking about? Oh, that's a neat one. Look at that. Oh, I remember now. I was talking about if there are online sellers that preview what they're going to sell before the sale. Oh, thank you, Kat. I appreciate everybody that's watching me. I know this has been a long live. I'm just trying to get these master boards done. So then Monday and Tuesday, the videos I have planned will be using them cut up in different shapes to make other pieces of ephemera and embellishments. Yeah, I've never seen a seller do that. I mean, I've seen them the day of the sale during the first few minutes of the sale, maybe show a couple things, but I've never seen them do it ahead of time. Might do some stenciling on some of these master boards before I cut them up too. I've got some neat stencils that might be fun to try on some spots on there. And then I have some train stamps too. I don't know, that might look neat. I'll definitely do that with one of them, play around with it and see. I used to be, before my channel started, if I don't stay super organized, I'm afraid I won't get everything done I need to get done. What grade did you teach? In Crafting Whimsy, what is your first name? I think too. I think these are going to add a lot of interest to the masterboard. Plus, I don't like each masterboard to look basically the same. I like each one to have differences. Trish, is that Crafting Whimsy's name? Trish? Okay. I'll remember that. Awesome. Thank you. I may already be subscribed. I've subscribed to a lot of new channels recently. Like even just this week, I've subscribed to a lot of new channels. And then I go down my subscriptions and I try to see if they have any new videos out. And then I watch their videos, and I always like it. And if I'm able to, I leave a comment, depending on like what I'm doing when I'm watching, that sort of thing. Like I said, I think it's so important that we support each other in our community. We're so lucky to get to do this. Yeah. I've never used art glitter glue. I've been thinking about getting some. Have you used PVA glue? And how does art glitter glue compare to PVA glue? I'm curious. All right, here we go. Masterboard number 4. So I don't have that with the Yoo-Hoo. Like, my pages aren't warped or anything. I feel like they lay nice and flat, especially once they're completely dry. All right, so let me move this over here. And this one here. Oh boy. That doesn't sound fun, Trish. What did I do with my ruler? There it is. Oh, I see. Bye, Trish. Yeah, I've kind of picked up on that, Kat, is that they their haul videos will give you a good idea of what's coming up. Oh, yeah, I'm on the right side, right? Yes, I'm on the smooth side. This paper has a slight texture on one side. I wanted to make sure I was on the right side of this. That way I didn't have any problems. Okay, here we go. Here's our first piece. And our next piece. Hello, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Do you have a nickname that we would all be able to say? Okay, 90-degree turn. Okay, there's that. Now let's get a really neat ad on here. And I'm going to get a really neat one of these too. Maybe a bigger one. Let's see. Okay, yes, this is cool. Totally want to do that one. Right. I don't really want to do that. Okay, let's get a piece of music paper on here. I was thinking another piece of this might look good, or I could do some ledger. Some ledger, or some ledger right there, maybe. Let's do this. Little bitty piece right there. Or, no. I don't know. I'll come back to that one. I don't want to overthink that just yet. That's coming up a little bit. All right, I really want to do a bigger piece this time. The City Bank. Let's do that maybe. Okay. need to get some red in here too, though. Yeah, I do. Let's do this right there. And our last edge here. So I think after I get this one done, I'm going to get ready and hop off. It's been over 3 hours and I don't want to keep you guys too long. Plus, I think I'm going to turn a movie on and watch a movie as I keep working on these masterboards. I'll have to post what they all end up turning out like. And again, I'm going to do a video on Monday and Tuesday where I turn these into tags, pockets, and tuck spots with focal points and decorated. So don't forget to tune in for that. If that's something you're interested in watching, I would certainly love for you to tune in. I've got some German scrap I'm going to put on some of the pockets that I'm really excited about. I think that'll be so cool. Okay, I think, oh, I've already done that though. Let me think here. I've got music, but there's music. I've got that, but there's that already. So I hate to put the same thing side by side. So that leaves one of these. I'm going to have to use one of these. That's okay. We will use one of these. And that will break that up. And then I want to get some more red in here maybe. Ooh, that's a cool one. I like that. But I need to turn it a different direction. Okay. And then that would be cool there, I think. Okay. All right, I'm going to put this music right over here, I think. Okay. There we go. Might have looked better going the other way, but I didn't want to cover that one up. Oh, I know what I've not put on this square. One of these. Okay. Something I didn't put on that square either. No wonder I was having such a hard time figuring out what to put there. All right. And a piece of ledger there, I think, would be just about perfect. Do I have any long pieces of ledger left? I don't think so. So, boy, those are cute pieces. I hate to use those. Let me see what I've got here. That, and then maybe a small piece of something here would be good. Ooh, there's music too. What would look better, that or that? That makes more of a statement, I think, than that does, but I'm going to go with that because it's got a little number in there and I think that looks neat. And then I can do a little piece of music right here. Right there. Actually, I think I'm going to cut this to fit it. Will be good. All right, Okay, there's that. Is that all my pieces filled in? There's a piece here that's not been filled in yet. Everything is nice and smoothed down. All right. Put this here. It might look good since I didn't get any of this on this one to put a piece of this on here. I think that could look really good actually. So there we are. I like it. I like it a lot. Bye, cat. I'm going to trim these off and then show you what all I've made and get ready to sign off for the night. All right, what do we think? I think this one turned out really good. I like the added color. I'm definitely going to make another one using this color stuff. I like that. I like it a lot. All right, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I will be pre-recording a lot of videos tomorrow, but I'm sure I will put at least one up. It may end up being a haul video. We'll see. But yeah, I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome night. Take care. And we'll see each other sometime tomorrow. Keep it cute, keep it crafty, and keep making something out of nothing. Bye.